Hi, guys. How's everybody doing? Welcome into Rover Sports. It's late at night, and this was an absolutely incredible playoffs opening day today. Just wanted to go ahead and welcome everybody to the show, to Rover Sports. And I know we might have some people rolling in here tonight that want to talk basketball, and I happen to attend today's game. Let's see if I can show you guys. Sixers game today. It was an amazing game to be a part of. Bellinelli was just absolutely ridiculous today. And really, when you look at the Philadelphia 76ers, the way that this whole thing, transpired is Brett Brown. You got to give Brett Brown just so much credit because he's taking this team like, if I were to tell you that J.J. Redick, Marco Bellinelli, and Ersan Ilyasova and Ben Simmons would get 90 points in a playoff game and the Sixers would score 130 points, you would think that I was smoking some kind of crack. There's a lot of people that, even regardless of my opinions, say that I'm on some kind of drugs with my opinions, but I could never foresee Ersan Ilyasova and J.J. Redick and Bellinelli. Like, J.J. Redick, to me, was a spot-up shooter, a nice player on the Clippers. He is transforming into an all-star caliber player, an unguardable, literally like a Rip Hamilton curling, running miles throughout the game, and just really hard to guard because they're going to screen him. They're going to send him on staggers, and it is so damn hard to guard him, and he can make any shot falling away. The way that the light that Brett Brown allows these guys to have, they have the greenest light in pretty much all of basketball. And to see Bellinelli doing this, to see him putting up 26 points and nailing threes and cutting to the basket, it also has to do with how unselfish Ben Simmons is as a star, because there's no way, if you put these guys on other teams, they're going to have more dominant players than them that are going to have to get shots. Like, if Ilyasova and Bellinelli were on the Thunder, there's no way that this would be happening. If they were on the Rockets, it maybe would be happening, but James Harden has to get shots. If it were on the Cavs, even LeBron James is going to get shots. But the best player, Ben Simmons, he doesn't need to score that often. For J.J. Redick, it just must be such a treat that he can shoot as many times as he needs to shoot. And he played like Klay Thompson today. He played like an all-star. And J.J. Redick has played like a borderline all-star all year long. I don't know, he might have averaged 16, 17 points, but the manner in which he does it, the guy is very, very difficult to stop. If you put him on the line, he's going to make shots. He had an and one driving to the basket. The way that he has developed his game at this age is just almost unheard of. I know Victor Oladipo is going to be the most improved player of the year, but J.J. Redick, for him to transform his game at this age that he's at, it's pretty remarkable. When you listen to J.J. Redick speak, it's absolutely ridiculous. Marcos, what's going on, my man? Thank you so much for coming in to hang out on Rover Sports tonight. The 76ers, I don't know if they can continue to shoot like this. And if I were the Miami Heat, I'd want to run them off the three-point line immediately. I'd make them take mid-range jumpers. Ben Simmons didn't really hurt the Heat, but you can't have Bellinelli, you can't have Dario and JJ. You have to make Dario and them drive. Then when they drive, make them hit a floater. Make them take layups. Just don't let them square up a three on you. Be right in their grill, make them bounce the ball, and you can't let the three-point shot beat you if you're the Miami Heat. The problem with the Miami Heat is that they have zero offense themselves, and the Sixers are a tremendous defensive team. So Dragic, they in the second half were so timid. Like, when they drove the rock, they weren't decisive. The one thing about the Sixers is that they're almost too decisive. I mean, Bellinelli will hoist up some really shitty shots, but the thing is about the freaking Heat is they are timid and scared. They go around and they're always afraid. Do I do this? Do I shoot now? Should I pass? Kelly Olynyk was the only guy playing tonight, and that's a big time problem. So, Whiteside was complete dog shit tonight, man. Absolutely, dude. And Ersan, you're right. Ersan is definitely the forgotten man. You're so right. Ersan, the third quarter he had, Ben Simmons. This team looks real because I don't see the Heat. Like, can the Heat are going to win one game at home. I know that. But the way the Sixers are playing, they have a chance to win. And then, really, the Sixers played so well. When Embiid comes back, there is going to be less shots for Redick and Bellinelli, so their performance might get worse. But in Game 2, I expect the Miami Heat to play a much different style of defense where they're not going to just let the threes rain down. And they're going to play slower, and it's going to be half court. And Whiteside and Dragic needs to play well. Tyler Johnson, Justice Winslow. That's the ultimate. That's really the difference, is that if Justice Winslow were on the Sixers, they actually would develop him. On the Miami Heat, he has a really shitty free throw. Like, I was astonished at how horrible his free throw shot looks. He throws it way up in the air like he's trying to impersonate Andre Iguodala. And really, Winslow can't even shoot that well. And this guy was a guy that I remembered at Duke that could really shoot. So, I mean, Winslow should be a much better player because he is just so talented, and it's time to get him rolling. So that's really the first game. A couple of the games earlier today, I'm going to touch on them a little bit. Golden State looks really good again. You know, the Warriors are freaking back. They took Draymond Green was so right in his post-game press conference. I know everybody hates Draymond Green, but you hate him because you ain't him. Draymond is articulate as hell when he wants to be. And he basically laid it out perfectly. He said, you know, everybody's doubting us. Everybody thinks without Steph we can't win. Everybody thinks our defense is dog shit. Defense was fucking awesome today. Golden State played an incredible freaking basketball game today. They did. Kevin's back. Clay played awesome. The defense is wonderful. Golden State looks great. This should be a 4-game sweep. The Kawhi thing is the weirdest thing I've ever heard in my life. It's even a lot weirder than Fultz because at least Fultz was nervous. It's his first year. Kawhi Leonard, I've never seen a player not play the sport in the middle of the year and then continue to play it. Like, if he's retiring, that's one thing. What do you guys think about Kawhi Leonard? Do you think that it's awful? What's going on, guys? Thanks so much. Yeah, everybody there can check out their YouTube channels. We have a couple of users here. Hop it in the Periscope here. We're talking a little NBA, and those people have YouTube channels. But what do you all think about Kawhi Leonard not playing in the playoffs? I think it's kind of pathetic. I get why 82-game seasons can suck. I totally get why, like, to play basketball for a living, everybody says it's easy to play in the NBA, but playing with Gregg Popovich would maybe be annoying. He doesn't allow freedom like other coaches. It's really hard to play sometimes with Pop, and sometimes you're not a Spurs guy. But at the same time, sometimes you got to suck it up and play. And it's disappointing to not have him in the playoffs. It would be totally different. He's thinking about the money, but this is still basketball, you know what I mean? And if I was a team, Marcos, like, I would be more skeptical now to go after him because this is the most bizarre thing. Like, his character's now in question. When you thought about Kawhi Leonard, you never thought about his character. You always thought he was quiet, would stay out of trouble, and would not be a guy that would derail from the team. But he really has derailed from the San Antonio Spurs, and it is really, really odd. I mean, this isn't football, though, where guys just, like, tear ACLs all the time, and if something tragic happened to him, like I guess last year, he would maybe, you're right, maybe that would be terrible. But, I mean, Kawhi is healthy. He's young. He has Manu's, it's his last year. He's put a lot into San Antonio. I don't know. It's not like you're talking about a football NFL running back. I mean, basketball is just a different game. It's not like this is a bowl game and we're talking about Christian McCaffrey playing in the Sun Bowl and sitting out, or Leonard Fournette sitting out. So, That's something that you really have to consider. Wow, like with Popovich's political statements, who the heck knows? Gregg Popovich, outside of basketball, could it be because of Popovich is something like chemistry, some family issues, Pop's political stances, which is very well known. I doubt it, but it's a possibility. Who the heck knows? I actually have heard that, but I kind of doubt it. Anyway, let's talk about a game that I just saw. Great basketball game. I love that the playoffs are back. The freaking Pelicans. I'm so happy that they won the game because I'm a neutral kind of a watcher. I do like the Sixers. I live close to the Sixers. Live in Pennsylvania, so I'll watch them. And tonight, I'm so happy Alvin Gentry survived. I mean, I don't know why he didn't take timeouts down the stretch. The most bizarre thing ever. The NBA games are maybe a tad long for my liking because New Orleans won that game whatever way you slice it. And then New Orleans, as the game continued to go on, it just seemed like so difficult to get to the finish line. And maybe that's why NBA games are too long because you shouldn't have just unlimited chances if you're playing like dog shit to be able to come back. And that's what it seemed like the Trailblazers got a million lives. It seemed like a cat that wouldn't die, like they had 12 lives. McCollum played horrible. Lillard was really bad tonight, actually. And for some reason, they got like a million lives, and they still ended up almost winning a game where Drew Holiday played great. Rondo was great. It wasn't a game that the Trailblazers deserved to win, and that's why I'm happy the Pelicans won, and I like the style that Alvin Gentry plays. Even though he didn't call the timeouts, the Pelicans love to fly. Ever since Boogie was out of the lineup, they are number one in pace in the NBA. And Mirotic, I couldn't even recognize him. I'm serious. I was about to Google who number 3 was on the Pelicans. I had zero idea who Niko Mirotic looked like. With the shaved beard, him losing it seems like 40 pounds of weight. That, to me, was absolutely hysterical. So I like this new blood. I want to see Davis continue. Anthony's just incredible at the rim, altering plays. I think he might be the most talented player we have going because never in my wildest dreams will we see a center that could go out and that could shoot the ball. The guys in the 90s all played back to the basket. Davis is like a glorified guard playing there, and now he can even shoot a 3. It's crazy how the game has evolved for these 7-foot guys, and Anthony's doing a hell of a job. So Alvin didn't take any timeouts. The Trailblazers stormed back. No moment. He basically almost ran his team into the ground. They were up 10 with 5 to go. It would have been a huge choke job for the Pelicans on the road. It would have derailed their entire series, but now the series at least is going 6 or 7. And if the Pelicans, I love Rondo in the playoffs as well, because the one thing about Rajon Rondo is he's just a hysterical guy. I mean, he doesn't really give a rat's ass about the regular season, but when the playoffs are there, he turns into the best leader imaginable. And it's hilarious every time. Knock on wood for good health for Rondo. I love seeing this guy play in the playoffs. He's a really good competitor, actually. And he's on a different team every single season. The guy has had a wild career in this league. One of the wildest careers you can think about. So, yeah, absolutely, Marcos, absolutely. The Pelicans are playing pretty well without Boogie, and Anthony's the guy, and Mirotic is totally revamped his body and everything. It's fun. The Pelicans winning, fun for basketball. So that's about it. Thank you guys for tuning in today. Might do these little roundup things on Periscope, and it's going to be on my YouTube channel later. I might do this after pretty much a lot of the days of the playoffs, just to recap a lot of things that went down. The Pelicans, I mean, they really do look like a pretty damn good team. Drew Holiday, they're fun. And the Blazers really, when McCollum and Lillard aren't going, they look really bad. Turner missed some threes. Pat Connaughton is okay. You definitely root for guys like him that went undrafted and things. So, listen, guys, thanks so much for hanging out. Really enjoyed it. Was a lot of fun. And what a day for the Sixers, though, and I cannot wait for some more games tomorrow.